great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.
Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. This is episode number 561 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'll be here for the next hour or so to try and answer all of your immigration law related questions. Just a reminder, we don't talk about I-864s on here. Too boring. Nobody cares. Jim is not responsible for affidavits of support, so we don't talk about them. Look at everybody's here. Hope is here. Robert is here. Michael Samuels sending me the bless up all the way from Salt Lake City. Hope is always first. Chetty's here. The waiting room's filling up. Let me go ahead and share that link for you. Here's the link. How's everybody doing? How's your weekend so far? It's a nice bright day here in St. Louis, but man, was it cold last night and cold. Oh, Hoolie's here. Hello, Hoolie. Nail is watching from DXB. I don't know where DXB is. Where's DXB? What could DXB be? Durham? DXB. I don't know what that would be. Nail is in DXB. Lewis is here. Lewis, I'm still sorry about your sad news. I hope you're doing okay. Been thinking about you. Vishnu's watching from New York. I think Vishnu got some good news the other day. Phoenix is in Wisconsin. I still haven't watched Coco. Robert, I'll tell you what. I promised to watch Coco before Ramadan's over, so I got 2.5 weeks. Oh, Dubai. DXB is Dubai. Well, there you go. Well, thank you, Nayla. Thank you for watching. Sinus is in Seattle. Sinus, how are your sinuses in Seattle? That sounds like a tongue twister. Lewis knows what's what. Lewis knows what's what. He's a world traveler, not like me. He is a world traveler. Whenever I go to Austin, Lewis says, I'm getting out of here so I don't have to see Jim. That's how it rolls. Yu Yin is here. Yu is always here. How's everybody doing? Let's go ahead and get started. Manuela was waiting before I even started the show. Manuela, you're on mute.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Manuela. How are you?
Doing great. I'm actually watching from Montreal.
Montreal, very nice.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question for you. So I am a U.S. naturalized citizen,
Okay.
and basically I've been living in Montreal since 2018 because of my husband,
Okay.
and we just have like a 5-month-old daughter now.
Congratulations.
And thank you so much. And since 2021, I basically did the I-130 for him because we are planning to come back to the US.
Yeah.
The plan was never for me to, live in Canada forever. So I sent the I-130, was approved. And then I finally sent the affidavit of support, which was actually approved at one point, but then they asked me again for my last tax return. Long story short, I sent it back, and then second time around, the affidavit was denied because they say that I don't have U.S. domicile, which I understand because I've been in Canada. I did, when I read the document or requirement, I believe that they say if you can show that you still have like US bank account and stuff like that, which I sent over to them, including my 401k, which I still have in the state. But they're basically denying the affidavit of support because I don't have US domicile.
Well, you also probably didn't make enough on your taxes for U.S. last year, did you?
Well, I work here, but I have to obviously declare my taxes in the US. So I do both taxes every year.
Right. So did you make enough money on your taxes last year for
Yes, income is not the issue yet.
income is not the issue.
No, the income is not the issue, no.
So, did
So
they invite
yeah,
you to
the
get?
issue is
Did they
that
invite
I
you?
don't have domicile.
So when you say they denied it, what do you mean? The National Visa Center sent you a notice? What did you get in the mail or in the email?
Yes, it was not in the mail. I did everything through the the portal
Huh?
online.
SEAC?
Yes. So um that's it. That's let me try to see if I can like log on real quick.
How about if you want to email it to me and then I can tell you my thoughts? I can run it
Yes,
past.
absolutely. I can certainly do that.
Yeah, send it over and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
You got the email, Manuela? Do you know
So
the email? Do you know the email address?
your email address?
Yeah, I'll put it here. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen for the rest of the show so everyone can have it. It's
Okay.
info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay, sounds good. I'll go ahead and transfer it over to you
Yeah.
with the keys to log on.
Oh no, I can't do. I'm
But
not doing
yeah,
that. If you want me to look at something, you got to get a screenshot or something and send it to me. It's got to be really easy
just
for
the
me.
screenshot. Okay, the screenshot. Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
Thanks, Manuela. See ya.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Oh, that pesky Montreal consulate. When she first came on, they say, "Oh yeah, we have a really slow consulate there in Montreal." How's everybody doing? Everyone in it feels like Thursday. Everyone in the waiting room. No one's on camera. Oh wait, Kevin's on camera, so Kevin comes on. What do you say, Kev?
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
I think we talked yesterday, did we not?
Yes, indeed. And I went to do more research about what you said
Okay, what did I say and what did you research?
regarding the tax filing. I do have a question for that. I know you're not a tax expert. Um, do we have to file tax jointly, even though I'm not an American citizen
Are you in the United States or outside the United States?
outside of the United States?
No, most people understand that the tax return does not include the foreign national when the person lives overseas. I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay, because even though my wife, she's in the UK, so
Yeah.
when we file tax, I don't have to be included inside as an evidence that is a legal marriage, even though we have kids together.
Yeah. So, I mean, filing joint taxes is just one piece of evidence. It's all that it is. It's not a silver bullet yes. It's not a silver bullet no. It just is what it is. It's just one piece of evidence. So if you have kids and if you aren't living in the United States, now does your spouse file tax returns in the U.S.?
No, but we are going to do this because she was not even aware that she had to file taxes.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect, Kevin. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Yep. Bye. All right. It's always funny when people come back the next day, oh, Julie's about to have some Korean food. Hina says she's ready for the week. Now, the funny thing about that is over there, like in the Gulf, they're like week starts on Saturday or something. They don't start the same day of the week as us, which I always think is funny because her kids have school on different days. When is your weekend, Hina? I don't know. When is your weekend? Oh, Rich is giving me the big up. Well, now the party can start. Once I get the big up from Rich or from Donna, I'm good to go. All right. Let's say hi to Megan. Hi, Megan.
Hi, so I have a question about working. I understand that for spouses of US citizens, working illegally is forgiven. So I've already filed adjustment of status and I've never had that violation before. I just want to understand if I do start working now, what would be the repercussions of that?
So you mean if you started working before you got your work card?
Yeah, that's right.
So as an officer of the court, I can only tell you to follow the law. And the law says that you're not supposed to work without authorization. But I can also tell you that if you work without authorization, even after you file your green card application, that will be forgiven as long as you tell the truth about it.
Okay, and I guess the second question is that if I do get my work card, I am actually on F1 status right now. I have a summer internship lined up, and I'm not sure what would be the difference between going through CPT and using the marriage EAD, and how should I choose which to use?
So the only way, so as I've said before on here, when you are on an F1, if you use an EAD that you get through marriage or asylum or something else, then that's a technical violation of your F1. And when Trump was president, that was then you're out of status right then from that point on. But again, if you're going to, CPT is not the easiest thing to pull off. Is your school all set up for CPT?
Yeah, and it's like it's a tech internship. I've been here for 1 year, so it's like nothing shady, like just a
Yeah,
normal
good.
summer
Yeah.
internship.
So I'm always like, well, if I can get CPT and maintain my F1, maybe I don't want this to happen. Maybe my spouse gets hit by the bus or something, or maybe something happens, right? So I think if you have the ability to stay in your status for as long as possible, do that.
Right, but if I do go home before my summer internship, like through advanced parole, and I come back, would I still be able to use CPT since I would not be admitted as an F1 student anymore?
I think by that point, I think it would be very difficult to research the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you would just assume that you're not in status anymore. You're no longer an F1 student. You're a adjustment of status applicant. And then, we're talking about stuff that's never really going to impact anything because you're going to get your green card as long as your marriage is real. So, yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Did you have something else, Megan, to ask me?
No, that's it.
Okay. Have a good day. All right. Truxel's here. What do you say, Truxel?
Hey Jim, how are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Sorry.
I got you off camera. You're good.
Okay. Well, I wanted to find out something, Jim.
Yeah.
I remember you used to say that keep all your receipts. Does it mean that you need to attach each and every single receipt when you're filing for the I-130?
No, not every receipt, but I just think if you and your spouse live together, you're going to get all kinds of weird mail. You're going to go out to dinner on a Tuesday. You're going to, go to the amusement park, and pictures are good, but having other just proof of things that you did together or accounts with both your names on it, that's all. You don't have to send them everything, but having lots of different stuff is good.
Okay. So now here's the tricky part. So now she can't add me on the list because the mail she got from the list office says that she's in eviction status.
Okay.
And then the due date, and then it's like maybe she has like a month, we have a month like to move out. And then we trying to file before 1st of April. And then we're like, what's the best way of doing this?
Okay, so you just raised a lot of issues. So number one is USCIS doesn't treat poor people or people getting evicted very nicely. So it's sort of like the system's not really set up for that. So I think that if she gets evicted, like I generally agree that you want to get it on file before the fee increase. But I also think if she's about to be evicted, that's trouble, because if you list that address and they evict her or she moves out, USCIS is going to see that in the court records, and they're going to come looking for you at that address, and you won't have been on that lease. So I think generally it's better to file before the fee increase goes up. But if I were you, I would let things settle down and file at a new address that you're going to both be on the lease together. Now, are you out of status or are you in status?
Out of status.
So yeah, this is a tough case because you're talking about someone who doesn't have money to pay rent might have the incentive to marry someone for a fake marriage. So you guys, it's going to be a tough case.
So the best way is to just wait, even though the fees increase.
The fees go up a lot. So if you want your green card, you're going from $1,760 to $3,005. So it's not a small increase. It's a $1,400 increase. But
how about we file, and then if we get another apartment, we just redirect the mail to the new address?
Problem is they always send the green card, and they always send the fraud investigators to the old address. That's the problem. I think it's better to file a stronger case and with a better address.
Oh, so we can't redirect the mail to the new address where we're going to be?
You can try, but what I'm saying is half the time they can't pull that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't do it. You might even have a green card interview, and the officer says, "What's your current address?" And you put it all in there, and they still send it to the old address. So to me, it's better. But it's a lot of money, so you got to make your best decision. But I mean, filing I-130 485 from an address you're about to be evicted from, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster to me.
I get that. Well, okay. One other question. Do you have to put in your birth certificate?
Copy, sure.
Like the petitioner and the beneficiary
Sure,
in the I-130?
sure.
Oh, okay. Because it's just said proof of citizenship for the
Yeah,
petitioner.
but remember, Truxell, with everybody, you don't want to send them the bare minimum. You want them to say, I'm confident in my case. I'm a very organized person. You should look at this case and say, dang, this guy did a really good job putting this case together. I should just approve it instead of sending them a strange request for evidence or something.
Does that mean you have to put in your visa too?
Of course.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
You want more extra stuff, not the bare minimum.
the bare minimum. Oh, because there's no option of that. It just says proof of citizenship for the petitioner. That's it. So like, where is the part
Yeah,
where it says?
there's other places you can upload other stuff though.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Truxell.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
Bye bye.
See ya. Hey, I got a question for you all. So, see my hat? I really like my hat, even though it's the Jets and we know how bad they are. But listen, sometimes I see these guys and they're walking around like this, like their hat is like, how do you pull it? I guess my head's too big, but how do you pull that off? Where it's just like, let's see. Can I do it? No. Well, maybe. I just like it when it's poofy up there like that. Like there's this place we go to for barbecue called Sugar Fire. And my man's always got that hat sitting up tight, just really, really, really well. I don't know how he pulls it off, but I think it's because my head's too big and my hat's too small. I don't know. Sam, what do you say, Sam?
Hey, Jim. Thanks for taking my question. Big fan. I've got a marriage-based immigration interview this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so really excited about that. I just wanted your opinion on something. So I have a lawyer, and she was concerned about the fact that we got called for an interview. We should have gotten a waiver because of a strong case. I'm on H-1B, and first marriage. We had been dating for a year and a half, and we've been living together for a year. Do you see it as a concern? Because my thinking was waivers are something that's pretty new. I mean, interview is what's really expected in general.
Is this case in Florida?
Yes.
How'd I know? Florida, they love to cause trouble with that stuff, right? So Florida, but here's the thing. You said something that makes me really think. The thing that really made me think of Florida is you said a letter and a number and a letter, and it's H-1B. So in Florida, I have had 5 or 6 cases just in our office where they use the green card interview to dig down into the employers that Sam has had on his H-1B. So I think I'm making a prediction. You can come back and tell me. I'm making a prediction that more than 25% of your interview will be talking about any OPT or H-1B visas that you've had. And if I were you, I'd be researching the crap out of whether any of these companies have ever gotten in trouble.
Yeah. The companies I worked for so far are pretty stable. The one I'm working with right now is a startup, but never any trouble like that, any legal issue or anything like that. I've never been out of status. Came on F1, OPT, H-1B. Will carry my I-94 and everything. But apart from that, anything else you see? Because I'm carrying pay stubs and offer letter and everything.
Well, I mean, so you said your lawyer is worried?
She said that she's surprised that we didn't get a waiver, but she asked me a lot of questions about my work, and she saw the documents and she couldn't find anything. So she said, let's go and let's find out what's going on.
Yeah. I wouldn't be worried. I do think, Sam, I think that even with the vast number of cases that are getting approved without an interview, I do think that probably just for quality control and to give those bums something to do, I shouldn't call them bums, give those officers something to do, they're keeping some cases, and it might just be random, but I think it's probably the H-1B.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. See you, Sam. All right, now Whistleing's wrong about this. Whistling says you don't have a big head. Whistling, I have a big hacking head, a big head. So when I was in high school, I haven't told this story before. Robert will like this. When I was in high school, I tried out for football freshman year, and my head was so big they had to order me a special helmet from Washington University. And a couple days after they ordered the new helmet, I got hit right in my chest with a helmet, and I just laid flat on my back. I said, I'm done with football. So they had to order me the size 8 helmet. And by the time it got there, I'd already quit the team. So I do have a big head. Everybody in my family has a big head. My sister, my dad. It's called the hacking head. Yusuf and Ibrahim, these guys right here, Yusuf and Ibrahim have huge heads, just like me. See? All right. Let's see. Manuel, we went T. Let's see T. Hey T, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm well.
Yeah, thank you for doing this show. You help so many people every day, and your work is it's so appreciated by
Sure.
everybody. I mean, it's just
Sure.
great.
Thanks for saying thanks.
Yeah, my husband has a big head. You have a big head too, just so you know. Like,
Well, be careful because your kids might have big heads, and that's sometimes not fun for the mom.
growing up might be rough for them then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a question for you. My cousin's boyfriend came here on ESTA, has been here for 47 days. They had decided that they want to be married. I told them not to do anything yet until I talked to you about how they should proceed, like if they can even buy rings right now, talk to an attorney even, or
Yeah, that's a good question. The only analogy I have is one time an officer yelled at my clients because they got the medical before the 60 days and before they got married, and they thought that was scheming. So our general advice is you can talk to an attorney, but because they can't ask you the date that you talk to the attorney. But other than that, I would do nothing until after.
Okay. Do cases like this have a good approval rate, or?
Did the person enter on a visa or did they come on ESTA?
ESTA.
Yeah. So in our office, we've gotten them all approved that we've handled so far. They're probably subject to a little bit more scrutiny. I would assume that the foreign national knew the U.S. citizen before they came.
Yeah, they've known each other for a year and a half.
So then the whole question is, did they have immigrant intent? They just got to be careful about any misrepresentations. Why did they tell the CBP that they were coming? That kind of stuff. But if that's all okay, if they said, I'm coming to do a tour of New York City, and they didn't then just, go straight to the boyfriend or girlfriend's house, it should be okay.
Okay. All right. And of course you get 100% approval over there. You guys are awesome.
Well, just on these. I like these cases. I like working on these cases.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
My friend, my coworker Daniela here, do you want to? Okay, she doesn't want to talk to you, but her friend is applying for a B2. She's wondering if that gets denied, if they'll still be able to come over on an ESTA or even be approved for that, or if you don't know anything about that. I said
If they have ESTA, why are they applying for a B1, B2?
No, did I say that wrong?
No.
Daniela. Okay. So they're applying for a B2, but if that gets denied, can they still apply for an ESTA? I think I said that.
They won't get it.
Okay. All righty.
Thanks,
well,
T.
thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Julie's laughing at my big fat head. AZ says we call it constitutional macrocephaly. I'll take it. I mean, you gotta have a big noggin for all those brains, right? That's what my mother always said. How's everybody doing? Jesters wonders, I think if Trump is elected, interview waivers will go away very fast. Correct. That is correct. That's part of Project 2025. By the way, if you haven't checked out Project 2025, this is the Heritage Foundation and the hardcore Trumpers plans for immigration. We're going through those little by little, trying to get up to speed of what a second Trump presidency might look like from immigration. So, Pineapple Lemon's missing out on calculus. Well, Lemon, I'm sorry, but this is a little bit more interesting. Ana Lucia is here. Hello, Ana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I just sent my package maybe last week, but I did have a question about my Airbnb. I have an apartment in Peru that it's getting rented there, and they have already asked me, since they saw my phone number change, they asked me for my tax information and all that. And I'm obviously not allowed to work here. And I even looked it up, and I'm not even allowed to do volunteer work or anything like that, because I was already looking, for volunteer work and stuff. So I was wondering if I don't think I can. I mean, my apartment's still gonna get rented over there, but I'm not sure how
You're asking me if income from a Airbnb, a property that
From
I
a
rent out for Airbnb, whether that's income or unauthorized work. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, not really. Okay, go
You're
ahead.
good.
That's a relief. Thank you.
Okay, see ya.
And also, if I do find some freelance work in Peru, would that also affect me here?
Well, so that's a little bit trickier. So, what are you applying for something here in the United States? Are you applying for a green card, or what are you applying for?
Yeah, for a family-based green card.
Through marriage or something?
Yeah, through marriage.
And is your spouse a
And
U.S. citizen?
he is, and I'm living with him now, and I'm basically just not doing anything right now.
Yeah. So, and you applied for a work card, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So if you work before that work card comes, or if the work that you do in Peru is considered work, it's all forgiven because you're married to a U.S. citizen.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, wait, if I work in Peru or in the US, is that?
If somehow you got a job at Walmart tomorrow and you work there for the next 6 months, and then they called you in for an interview, not that Walmart, I don't think Walmart hires people without documentation. I don't know, but I'm just saying, and not that you'd want to work at Walmart, but in any event, if you worked every day, and then let's say you had your green card interview on a Tuesday, and you worked at Walmart on Monday, and you go in there on Tuesday, and they said, "What were you doing yesterday?" And you said, "I was at work." "Where were you working?" "I was working at Walmart." As long as you're honest with it, it's all forgiven. If you lie about it, then you get in trouble. But if you're honest, it's all forgiven.
Awesome. Oh, that's great to know. Thank you.
Bye, Anna.
Bye.
See ya. Yeah. Kwame says, in Ghana, we call big head BDH, big double head. Well, that's me, BDH, JOH, BDH, James O'Hacking, BDH. That's better than JD, don't you think? All right, Approved is here. You gotta know we gotta talk to someone named Approved. Approved, what's up? Are you there?
Hello.
Hello,
Jim. How are you
what's
doing?
up? I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm glad. I'm really excited. My I-130 was approved yesterday, and I'm visiting right now. I'm in the USA right now. I was wondering, is it possible to do adjustment of status here?
Ooh, great question. So, who filed the I-130 for you?
My wife, she's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, and when did you enter the United States?
I came 2 weeks ago.
So you had this visit visa to the United States, and they let you in even though you had a pending I-130?
It's not a visit visa. I have ESTA. I'm a Swedish citizen.
Okay. So I'm sorry, when did you enter?
Sorry?
I forgot. You told me when you entered. When did you enter?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. You were on mute for a second, but now I can hear you. When did you enter the United States?
I entered March 8th. No, yeah? Is it March 8th? Yes.
So like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So as long as it was not your intention when you came on ESTA to adjust status, and I think you can argue, well, I didn't know my I-130 was going to get approved. As long as you wait 60 days from March 8th when you entered, so that'd be May 8th, which is my daughter Nora's birthday. If you did May 8th or May 9th, I would wait a day or two, May 10th or so. If you applied for a green card at that point, I think you'd be in good shape.
Okay, great. Because I even have my return ticket, so I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I love it. How long was the I-130 pending?
It's 1 year, baby. What was
1
it?
year and 27 days.
Not that anybody's counting.
1 year and 27 days.
That's great. And what country are you from, sir?
I'm from Sweden.
Sweden. Okay. And then I was going to ask one more question. No, that's it. I think you're in good shape.
Okay, you said that 61 days before we can do because we were supposed to do the consular processing. So
yeah, so what you'll do is you'll take that I-130 approval notice and you'll file a 485, a 765, a 131 with the receipt or the approval notice of the I-130, and you'll say, I want to adjust status now that I've gotten an approved I-130. I was surprised.
okay.
All right.
Okay, but how long does then that process takes again to get the actual green card?
Probably it'll be a little tricky because right now your case is pointed to the National Visa Center, so the trick will be getting them to. But usually, just the filing of the 485 gets it going. Probably about what city would you, if you had a green card interview? Where does your wife live? Like, where would it be?
Hop Hop, New York.
Where in New York?
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long
yeah.
Island, New York. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like 12, 14 months, something like that.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
But hopefully you'll get that's what I say. Hopefully you'll get the work card in about 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Okay. Great.
All right. All right, Jim. Thank
See
you
ya.
very much.
Good
Thank
shape.
you so much.
Doing great. All right. Hey, people are asking. We were talking to Robert yesterday about law school. Now people are asking, what are the best kind of majors for law school? I'll tell you a couple things. Number one, I think that anything that involves writing a lot and reading a lot, so English and history. That I was a history major. I wish I was an English major, but I was a history major. Political science, business is okay. But my wife was on the admissions committee and at the law school for. She was at the law school for 10 years, but she's on the admissions committee for like 4 years. And I think they really liked to see different kinds of people. So like my son Yusuf's going to apply to law school and he's an English and computer science major. So engineers do really well in law school. They're used to studying hard. There's a lot of people that were pre-med that couldn't pass organic chemistry. So I think that, as long as you have good grades and as long as you can write, that's the most important thing for law school. Our old buddy Antonio is back. Hey, Antonio.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Got a quick question for you. So we did.
Do you have numbers written on those windows there?
Oh yeah, I sell cars. So
okay.
This is the goal for the day.
Yes.
We did our interview March 4th, and counselor said it's approved, but we're waiting for the COVID booster shot now.
Oh.
Which I'm a little confused because you don't have to have a COVID vaccine to come to America anymore. So I'm still wondering why immigration is requiring that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, is this Jamaica?
Yes.
Sometimes the medical places don't catch up to the stuff going on in the States right away. So I'm not that surprised.
Got it. So I have a question if you know. Are they going to hold up sending the medical to the embassy waiting for the COVID booster shot?
Probably.
Okay. Because they told us 2 weeks, and then the place that does
it. That case has gone pretty fast, hasn't it?
Man, it was 13 months from the time I applied my priority date to interview. 13 months.
That's great.
Yep. So
all right, cool. Well, let me know when she gets her visa. I'm happy for you, buddy.
We're going to call you on the screen.
That'd be great. See ya.
Take care.
Bye. All right. Claudia's here. Hi, Claudia.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing? I like those shades.
Thank you. I'm busy cooking and running around as usual, but
okay.
I love your show, so congratulations to you.
Thanks.
So my situation, K1 visa, fiance is in Morocco, and we applied, and he had 2 interviews, and they expired on SEAC and returned it.
The worst. That's the worst. That's what I hate. That's why I don't like fiance cases.
So they returned it, of course, to USCIS. So my question is, do I have to wait, or do we have to wait to receive a letter, notice of intent to deny, or can I go ahead and just go to Morocco and marry him and start CR1?
That's my vote.
All right. And can I go and just start, or do we have to wait a certain amount of time or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So I keep my plane ticket in May and I just go.
Yep.
All right. And then we do the CR1 and.
Once you file the I-130, I notify USCIS that you want to withdraw the I-129F just so that it's clean.
Okay. So then I can, and I know, how do I notify? Or who? I mean,
Wherever it is, so it's probably at the National Visa Center.
okay.
Or at USCIS. You're just gonna have to figure out where the case is and just send them a notice that says, "Hey, yo, this is Claudia. I got married. This is my marriage license, and this is my receipt notice for my new I-130. This I-129F is over."
Okay, and then just continue with that process, just because it's been 2 years.
Why did you say there were 2 K1s or just one?
It's 1 K1, 2 interviews. He had 2 interviews.
And what did they give him trouble for? Was there an age gap or something, or what?
There was no RFE. There was no. They just told him it was administrative processing for about a year.
Were they mean to him?
The second one, he tried to be mean to him, but he calmed down by the end and just told him. And he was speaking to him in Arabic, so he just let him know, inshallah and koher, and that just means first God, everything will be fine. That's what he said when he left. So we had good feelings, but I guess not.
Yeah. Thanks, Claudia. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Thank you for your time. Good luck to everyone else.
Thank you. She knows what's what. What a nice person. Hopefully marriage will be stronger. That's the thing I hate about the fiance cases. Oh, by the way, my buddy, speaking of consular, so I've referred a couple people on this show to my friend James Hollis, and he sent out a report yesterday. Oh, I know where it is. It's on LinkedIn. Let me find it real quick about the slowing down of processing times on K1s. K1s, everyone's like K1, it's so much faster. Oh my God, it's so much better than doing a spouse case. I've been down, you guys know for me. All right. So here we go. In 2019, the average processing time for a fiance case was 5.2 months. In 2020, it got down to 4.6 months. 2021, it was 8 months. 2022, of course, this is all under your friend Joe Biden. 2022, 12 months. 2023, 13.9 months, 14 months. That's just for USCIS. And then 10 months for 2024 so far. Now, here's where things really get bad. In 2019, USCIS approved 50,381 K1s. DOS only issued 35,000. So this is where the backlog at the State Department is coming from. So 50,000 approved by USCIS, only 35,000 visas issued. 2020, 28,000 approved, only 16,000 issued. 2021, 24,000, 19,000 actually issued. And then in 2022, USCIS only approved 16,000. So then the slowdown gets at USCIS. So it's almost like they're passing the delays back and forth from agency to agency. And actually, that was the point of my friend James's post, which is, do you think these agencies talk to each other and say, well, you've been on the hot seat for a while for being so damn slow. Now we're going to be slow for a while. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that with this backlog, the State Department only issued 19,825 K1 visas last year. It's ridiculous. Now it's picking up. It looks like in 2024. But man, I don't know what is wrong with these agencies. And as I've been telling you, Donald Trump, Rex Tillerson, Jeff Sessions did a ton of work dismantling our immigration system. And the Biden team has done very little to try to rebuild it. Here I go again. What's up, Here I Go Again?
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. I'm thinking about that song by Whitesnake that I like so much.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It is a good song. It's a great video. When I was in high school, it was like, oh my God. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't believe it's been about 3 years since I talked to you before.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's been a long time. How you been?
Good. A lot of people thought you and I were brothers last time I talked to you, but
yeah, that's funny.
So anyway, long story short, 3 years ago when I talked to you, I was going through the process to bring my ex-wife from Ecuador over here, and things didn't work out, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. She got her green card, permanent resident green card, I want to say 2022, the beginning of 2022.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she left 3 days after getting her green card.
Oh man.
And we had an application on for her 18-year-old daughter to come over that I was going to sponsor. At her request, she asked me to withdraw that, which I did. So I withdrew that application. And now fast forward, I have a friend that he married a Colombian and did a CR1, and she's been over here about 6 months. Through them, I met his sister-in-law from Colombia.
Wow.
I went down and visited her a couple times already. I really like this gal. And so I'd like to know from you, what issues am I going to have if I go down that same path of trying to get married to this new girl? It's been a couple of years, you know, so if I get married to, well, actually it's been a year and a half. If I want to get married to her and bring her over, what issues am I going to have that my ex left me so soon, and three days after getting green card, and also withdrawing her daughter from the sponsorship?
So I guess my first question is, after she left, did you do anything to notify USCIS of what the situation was?
Just when I withdrew the application for the daughter.
Okay, but nothing formally. So as far as you know, she could be a U.S. citizen right now, or I guess not. She could be on her way to getting her citizenship. She could, I mean, she's going to have a tough time getting her 10-year green card. Do you know if she got it, or do you know if she's still around, or what?
I have no idea. I have not talked to her. We got divorced within 6 months after she left. I filed for the divorce after she left.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is interesting because I was just talking to Amani, my wife, the other day. We have a very similar case in the office, but instead of, in your situation, instead of you finding someone from a totally different country, the person in your shoes is actually marrying the cousin of the woman that screwed him over the first time, which is even more problematic than yours. So, okay. So I did a video about this the other day on TikTok, but in general, I think that they're going to be a little suspicious of you, and they're going to think, oh, do we need to be worried about this guy? Is he just marrying people to get them green cards and then sending them on their way? So if I'm your lawyer, I'm spending a lot of time on the new case trying to explain how I got taken advantage. You got taken advantage of the first time. So any proof you have of that, any documentation of that, any, a long affidavit from you. I think getting the I-130. Are you going to get married or a fiance?
I'd like to do the marriage.
Yeah, I would too. So I think the problem is going to be at the embassy. The good thing is it's a different embassy than gave you the visa last time. Does your current partner know this whole story?
She does.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems like you have a very natural way of having met this person. So it's not like you're just going down the Find Me a Bride magazine, not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know what I mean? Like that there's a real story behind how you came to be. This is the sister of your friend's wife, right?
It was a total accident the way it happened. It wasn't, it just kind of happened.
So I think it's going to be a tough case. I think it's approvable. I certainly would file it. I wouldn't say this is going to be a tough case. And you said she's from Colombia?
Yes.
I mean,
well, originally she's from Venezuela, but she moved to Colombia.
So she's Venezuelan. Okay. I wonder if we shouldn't think a little bit about trying to get her Venezuelan parole and then just letting things develop in the United States.
Would that be an easier route?
It's tough because, one, she's in Colombia, but two, as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, she's going to have greater priority. Like she's just going to be one of many Venezuelans trying to come, so it's something worth exploring, but I think probably the marriage route is probably the best bet.
Would they end up going and talking to my ex about this whole deal?
They could.
Because I really don't want to deal with her, but.
Well, you know what you might do? You might try to find a private investigator to see if he can find where she is.
I think she's still here. I think she's still around here.
Do you think if we asked her, she would say what I guess she wouldn't, because it screw up her citizenship. Yeah, I think nailing down, if you think she's still here, then she's probably got her 10-year green card.
She did get the 10 year. She got the 10 year.
Through you?
Yes.
Like when she came, she got a 10-year, so she didn't have to do a 751?
Yes, because it was like 2 years and 5 months that we were married when she got it.
So it'll be citizenship where they get her, but I generally don't like messing with people's immigration status. I don't. Like our office, we won't. You could call and tell me that she's an axe murderer, and we wouldn't, as a firm, we wouldn't help mess with her immigration status. But that being said, you have a duty to protect your ability to live your life in the future. And I think documenting what happened with USCIS on her file, not the stepdaughter's file, I think that gives you a benefit that if you don't do that, you don't get that benefit, if that makes sense.
So you're saying I should make something?
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to like go for the kill, but I think documenting what happened is gonna, and then I think I think doing it now, and then when you apply for the new person, like I said, you're going to spend a lot of time proving that you're just not a serial marrier, but instead this is just a set of circumstances that you never wanted, but that's what happened. And oh, by the way, I made sure to notify USCIS before she got her citizenship of this is what she did to me, and then let the chips fall where they may.
Okay. I will go that route. And how do I find out more about the Venezuelan route?
Well, you just got to look into the Venezuelan humanitarian parole and see if that's something that she thinks she could get.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. All right. That's a tough situation. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There he is. You got good news for me?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you, Jim?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm still same, no difference.
Why? Why are you calling then? What's up? No news? No news at all? I was hoping you were telling me you had your green card in your hand.
Jim, I'm actually waiting for their decision, but they did not did anything.
You're waiting for what?
I'm waiting for their decision. I already submitted RFE, the tax returns, but I am waiting now. On the app, it's showing that on 14th May, you can submit the inquiry request.
I think that's all you can do, brother.
So, actually, I have an appointment with the USCIS office on Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm going their office to because I apply for advance payroll, and it's already 1 year gone, and they did not did anything. So, I'm going to tell them that my I-130 is approved, my asylum case is also dismissed. So please give me the travel card. I want to travel. I want to see my child.
How did you get the appointment? What did you do to get the appointment?
Jim, you simply go to their website and you request for appointment, and then they will take your request, and from USCIS they will call you in like 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
And they will ask you that what is your alien number and why you want to go to USCIS office. And I have all the emergencies. I submitted on like 3-4 months back, but I'm going there. I will tell them that it's not an emergency, but I did not see my child from 5 years, 5 months.
Wait, but hold on. Now, remember, Uncle Jim says, your Muslim brother says, don't leave until you get your green card, even if you get advance parole. I've told you that many times.
Yeah, Jim, I will not travel. Maybe I will travel, but it depends.
You sound like Donald Trump. You just said, Jim, I won't travel. I will travel. Maybe I'll travel. It depends.
Yeah, Jim. Yes. But my mother passed away like 3 years ago, and I could not go.
I know.
And it's very hard, to live here without your, kid. So my question is that I will go their office because I call UCIS. They told me sometime that we did not receive your response for RFE. So I will go there. I will ask them, did you got my response for RFE or not?
Do you have proof of delivery?
I don't have anything.
Why don't you have proof that did you send it Federal Express or what?
I have this post office receipt that they received it. But my attorney, you know, he is a big Alibaba. He don't know anything. He just know only money. I will call him. I will send you money. He is happy. He will not do anything, you know.
Did you say he's a big Alibaba? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was thinking that he is different from another, but he is also the same.
Shabazz, you're so close, man. You're so close.
I am so close, Jim. But when I call UCIS, they told me that we did not receive your RFE response.
But then later they said they had it, right?
Why they send me 2 times RFE reply to my house? They did not send anything to my attorney. So I am going there on Tuesday. I will ask them, sir, what is going on? Did you got my RFE response? And my child is sick. If you can please allow me to travel. Because in their website, it's showing that in Texas Service Center, in 14 months, they are processing the travel card. And my travel card is like today, in this month, I will complete like 12 months. In their website, why you are putting that time? Why the people, the people, they are dying here. They are waiting for their, immigration status. They are dying here.
But that's the problem. There's too many people ahead of you. That's the problem.
Oh, Jim, they mention on their website, we will process your application in 14 months.
I know, but I told you, you can't believe everything they say.
So they should write the complete that we don't know, unknown period. They should write.
I agree.
This is the totally joke. This is the joke company.
It's a joke company. You're right. I agree.
This is the whole fully joke. They should send some response to my attorney, but I received RFE.
I don't know. I don't know. Does your attorney file the G28, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Did you send the RFE response or did they?
They send the RFE response because I send them the tax returns and they are the one who send it the RFE response.
Okay, Shabazz, can you call me back on Tuesday and tell me what happened?
Okay, no worries.
All right, see you, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Oh man, poor Shabazz. One of these days, somebody said the more things change, the more they stay the same, and that's true. But at least he listens to me now, and I don't have to get all worked up. I haven't laughed. Having seen when I yelled the other day, it made me much more chill. But oh man, he loves going down to that US. I've never known anyone to go to USCIS as much as Shabazz. And somebody said, I wonder if Shabazz's lawyer knows that he comes on the show. Shafiq is here. Hi, Shafiq.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Buddy, I'm good.
I have a question. Thank you for taking my question.
Sure.
My sister is about green card holder, and she is now about 11 years. She has green card, and she has a letter from her doctor for that interview, civic test, that exception from that civic test. Is there anything they are going to ask her about that civic test, or what are the questions if she has that exceptions?
This is great. So what is the medical condition that means she can't learn English?
She tried twice or 3 times in different language centers or schools, but she could not, and she is not educated, and her age is about more than 50. So that's why the doctor wrote that she cannot learn secondary language or something like that.
Okay, so that's these are the kinds of medical waiver cases that don't get approved.
Yeah, she.
This is the kind that doesn't get approved. So my question always this is called an N648 for everybody. An N648 is a medical disability waiver of the civics requirements for naturalization.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what Shafiq says. It doesn't matter what Shafiq's sister says. It doesn't matter what Jim says. It only matters what medical records say and what the doctor says, which is why the question I asked you was, what is the medical condition that keeps her from learning English? And your response was she didn't pass 3 times. That's not the right answer. What they're looking for is she has a hole in her head, or there's something wrong with her brain, or she's mentally disabled, or something like that. It all turns on the doctor.
Yes, now she has that written from doctor too, that recommendation.
But saying okay, so here's a question. Does your sister have a lawyer?
No, I don't think so.
Did the doctor, is the doctor that filled out the N648, have they ever done it before?
Yes, they are authorized.
They're what?
They are authorized by USCIS.
Okay, but what I mean is, how do I say this? There's a good way to write up the report, and there's a weak way to write a report. A strong case is, I have 2 years of treating this patient for mental issues, like she's schizophrenic or she's bipolar, or there's something physically wrong. She has a lesion in her brain, something medical. It's not just doctor's opinion. I know she tried real hard. She took these English classes. That's not going to cut it. It's got to be something wrong with her head. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I can understand.
So in my experience, what field office is this?
New York.
Yeah. So they're going to, I think it's going to be a tough interview. You've got to have that nailed down. You got to have good medical records. Just saying, I don't think she can learn English and I'm a doctor, that's not going to cut it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Pineapple Lemon, thanks for the reminder about the pacifist. I will work on that this week. If pacifists can become U.S. citizens, I will check that out. Sifa says Sifa likes my beard, and I'm the best lawyer. How about that? All right. Don Madu.
Hey, hi. How you doing, Jim?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I have a question. I have a friend who came in through the border.
Okay.
But he got released on OR. But he has a citizen girlfriend he want to marry, but he wants to know what he needs to do. For my own understanding, he needs to adjust outside, not inside, right?
Most likely. He's probably under the jurisdiction of the immigration court, which means he has to, if it's a real marriage and they get married and they file an I-130 with USCIS,
yes,
then they would go back to the immigration court and try to terminate proceedings, and then he would need to get a waiver. So he'd have to show that if he's not allowed to stay in the United States, that it would be some exceptional hardship on his spouse. So it's all about the spouse and their medical condition.
Okay. So what you're saying is like he doesn't have to leave if he shows other proof?
He would have to leave. Yeah, he'd have to leave and come back because he'd have to consular process because of the way he would need a waiver.
Oh, okay. I have one more question. I have a case in a BIA. It's been like 2 years now. So I'm just trying to see what else can I do to move the process faster, or how long does it take?
Was it a case to the BIA from deportation?
Deportation. It was deportation, yeah, from immigration court, deportation case, yeah.
Well, why do you want them? They're probably going to, most likely the BIA rules in favor of the government. So why do you want that to happen fast?
No, because the case was in Ninth Circuit, and Ninth Circuit got the case remanded to the BIA, which we're waiting for the BIA to remand the case back to the judge so he can make a decision on the new evidence.
Was it asylum or something else?
No, it was deportation. It was like criminal.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to send me the opinion from the Ninth Circuit, I'd like to read it, and then we can talk about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, the order from the Ninth Circuit sending it back to the BIA. Send me that so I can read about the case, and then we can talk about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. No problem. I'll try and send it to you. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. We'll do a show tomorrow, but Nora's going to have softball. I don't know what time. Hold on. I might be able to tell you. Let's see here. Where is that crazy thing? All right. So the championship for softball tomorrow is at 3. So if they make it to the championship, I'll probably do the show around 5. But they got to win a bunch of games. They'd have to win 3 games to get to the championship. So we'll see. Hopefully they will be there, and I won't be able to do a show till late, but I will do a show tomorrow. Might even do it from the field, I guess, if there's a delay. Let's see. They might play at 10:30. Oh, here we go. 14U Aces. Yes. We don't have to play at 9. We play at 10:30. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. That means thanks be to God. We don't have to play at 9. We play at 10:30, and we play the 7th place team from Pool A. Very nice. Then if we win that, we play at 12, and then if we win that, we play at 1:30, and then the championship's at 3. So nice. Oh, maybe I'll do an early show. Should I do an early show tomorrow? If I did a show at, say, 9:15 Central Time tomorrow, would that be too early for people? I think that's early. 9:15, too early? Let me know in the comments real quick. Otherwise, I'll try to squeeze one in sometime, depending on how Nor team does. Pineapple Lemon, go study hard. Everybody else, have a great night. And I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Make sure you're on the 314-470-3300 text line so that I'll send you a text whenever we decide to do the show. Hina always wants an early show. Ha ha. Bye, friends.